Hi everyone, in this video we are going to solve O-Levels Maths D paper 2 in a session May-June 2018 paper 2-2. So let's begin with the first question. In question 1A part, each week Lee works 5 days and is paid a total of $682. So for 5 days the salary is $682, and what is the salary for 1 day? So for 1 day, the salary would be 682 divides 5. So what it would be, 682 divides 5. This is $136.4. Okay. Each day she works from 8:45 until 12:15, and then from 13:15 until 17:30. Okay, now calculate Lee's hourly rate of pay. Okay, so first we need to find the total hours she worked each day. From 8:45 to 12:15, so we need to do 12:15 subtract 8:45. So we have 5 minus 5 is 0. We have 11, and 6 minus 4 is 2, and 2 plus 1 is 3. And we have 11 minus 8 is 3. So 3 hours and 30 minutes. And after that, we need to subtract these two as well. 17:30 subtract 13:15. So 30 subtract 15 is 15. And we have 17 subtract 13 is 4. Okay, so we need to add both of them to get the total hours she work in a day. So the total hours is basically 4 plus 3 is 7 hours, and 30 plus 15 is 45 minutes. So we need to convert this minutes into hours by dividing it by 60 to convert it into hours. 45 divided 60 is 3 by 4. So the total hours she work is 7, 3 by 4 in a day. Okay, so the 1 day's salary is $136.4, and each day she worked this much hour. It means that 7 3 by 4 hours she worked in a day, and she earned $136.4. Now we need to find her hourly rate of pay. So for 1 hour, how much she will get? So 136.4 divides 7 3 by 4. Right? So first we need to do 7 3 by 4. So 4 times 7 is 28, and then plus 3 is 31. 31 divides 4, and 136.4 divided with 31 divides 4 is 17.6. So this is the hourly rate of pay. Now for the B part, Carlos buys a new bike. After 1 year, he sell it for $231. He makes a loss of 16% on the price he paid. So it is a loss. Calculate the price Carlos paid for the bike. Okay, so the price he paid for the bike is 100%, right? And the loss is 16%. So what is 100 subtract 16%? So 100 subtract 16 is 84. Yes, 84% is basically equals to this much, 231. We need to find the price he paid for the bike. So that price is 100%. So what is 100%? If 84% is this much, so 100% would be 231 divide 84 and times by 100. So 231 times by 100 and dividing by 84, and this is $275 is the price he paid for the bike. Now for the C part, the exchange rate between the dollars and the euros is $1 is 0.44 euros. Henry changes $850 to euros for his holiday. So let me do it step by step. So if $1 is this much, so what would be $850 in terms of euros? So $850 would be equals to 0.44 times 850 euros, right? So 850 times 0.44 is 374 euros. 374, right? Okay, now he spent 260 euros when he is on holiday. So after spending means we need to subtract that much. So subtracting 260, how much euros are left? Subtract 260, 14. Okay, he changes the rest of the money back to the dollar at the same exchange rate. So this is the rest of the money. So now let me convert them into the dollars. So by using the same exchange rate, according to that exchange rate, 1 euro is basically equals to 1 over 0.44 dollars. Okay, now we need to find this much of euros. So 114 euro is basically 114 over 0.44 dollars. Okay, divide 0.44 and this is equals to, in terms of dollars, is 259.090. Okay, calculate how much money in dollars he receives. Give your answer correct to the nearest dollar. Only in terms of dollars, not in terms of cents. So in terms of dollar, the money he will receive is $259. Now for the D part, Anya has $3,000 to invest in a saving account for 3 years. So the investment is the P and 3 years is the time period. She can choose from these two accounts. Account A is year 1, 1.1% interest, year 2, 1.2% interest added to the end of year 1 total. Year 3, 1.4% interest added to end of the year 2 total. And for account B, fixed rate of compound interest, 1.3% per year. So here we are using the compound interest formula and here simple interest. She chooses the account that will give her more money at the end of 3 years. Decide which account she chooses and find the amount she will have in her account at the end of 3 years. So first we need to find the amount for account A and account B, and the more we need to choose. Okay, so let's start with account A. For account A, we need to use the formula for simple interest. So A is equals to P into 1 plus RT. Okay, so we need to find amount, and this is equals to principal is 3,000 into 1 plus. So for 1 year, time is 1 year, the interest rate is 1.1%. So it is 1.1 divide 100. Right now for second year 2, again T is 1, is 1.2% interest rate to end or added to end of year 1 total. So it is multiplying by, again this is P, 3,000 into 1 plus R is 1.2%, and again time is 1 year because it is for second year we are using the same year 1. Okay, and times for year 3, again principal into 1 plus R is 1.4 and the time is 1. Okay, so let me find amount by taking 3,000 common. So these terms are left. So let me solve the brackets. 1.1 divides 100 and then adding 1 is 1.011. 1.011. So if this is 1.011, so this amount is 1.012, and this sorry, it is multiplying, not adding. 1.014. Yes, let me multiply them. 1.011 times 1.012 times 1.014 and then times by 3,000. The amount for account A is 3112 $1.3637, right? Now moving for account B. Account B is a compound interest, so we have to use a formula for the compound interest for the second account. That is A equals to P into 1 plus R over 100 into T, right? Okay, so again, amount we need to find, principal is 3000, right, into 1 plus interest rate is 1.3%, so 1.3 over 100, and the time is 3 years, right? So let me simplify. So 1.3 divides 100, adding 1, taking its cube, times by 3000, so 3118.53 dollars. $3118.53. Okay, now we got the amounts for both accounts. Now she chooses the account that will give her more money at the end of 3 years. So which account will give more money, A or B? So account B will give her more money. Decide which account she chooses and find the amount she will have in her account at the end of 3 years. So this much is the amount she will have. So that is 3118.53. Question number 2 in A part. Jenny recorded the time in minutes of 40 movies. The table summarizes her results. We have given the time in terms of minutes and the frequency. On the grid, draw a frequency polygon to represent this information. Okay, so for frequency polygons, we need to find the midpoint of the interval. This is a frequency f, and for the midpoint of intervals we need to find the midpoint of 60 and 80 is 70, midpoint of 80 and 100 is 90, midpoint of 100 and 120 is 110, 120 and 130, this is 130, sorry, 140, 140 to 160, the midpoint is 150. So I'm finding this midpoint by adding these two and dividing by 2. Okay, now for when the time is 70, the frequency is 2. Okay, so for 70, this is 2. Now for the next, when it is 90, the frequency is 7. So for 90, the frequency is 6 and this point is 7. Okay, and for 110, it is 15. 110, 15, yes. Okay, then 130, it's 11. For 130, this is 130, we have 10 and 11, and the last is 150, the frequency is 5. So for 150, the frequency is 4 and this frequency is 5. Okay, let me connect all the points to get the frequency polygon. Okay, so this is a frequency polygon. Part B, Jenny asked 60 peoples. Now the total number of peoples are 60. How many movies they had each watched in the last month? The table summarizes her result, the number of movies and the frequency. The mean number of the movies watched is 2.3. Find the value of P and the value of Q. Okay, so for P and Q, we have to use the information of mean that is given to us. So mean is basically equals to sum of fx dividing by the total number of people, that is 60. So we know the mean is 2.3 and fx, this is f, and this number of movies is x. 0 times p is 0, 1 times 14 is 14, plus 2 times 15 is 30, plus 3 times 7 is 21, plus 4q, plus 5 times 5, 25, plus 2 times 6 is 12, and it is going to divide with 60. Okay, so let me simplify it to get the value for q, because q is an unknown variable here. So 60 times 2.3, this is 138. 138, this is equals to, we have 14 plus 30 plus 21 plus 25 plus 12. So 102. 102 plus 4q. Right. So let me solve for q. So we need to shift this term on the other side. 138 subtract 102. This is equals to 4q. So 138 subtract 102 is 36. So 36 dividing by 4 is q. So 9 is equals to q. So we got the value for q, that is equals to 9. Now how can we solve for p? For p, as we know that the total number of people are 60. So the sum of the frequency must be equals to 60. Now let me find the sum. Sum is equals to 60 and this is equals to the sum of all these terms, that is p plus 14, 15, 7, q, 5 and 2. So let me do it. We have 14 plus 15 plus 7 plus q is 9 plus 5 plus 2. This is 52. So p is equals to 60 minus 52 and p would be equals to 8. So the p value is 8 and the q is 9. Part C. Jenny also asked which type of movie each of 60 people preferred. The table summarizes her result, the type of movie and the frequency: action, comedy, drama or horror. In the first part, complete the pie chart to represent the result. So in the pie chart, the action is already done. So we need to find for comedy, drama and horror. So for comedy, we can say comedy is 15, frequency is 15, dividing by 60 is a total and times by 360 because a complete circle is 360. We can find the number of angle for comedy. So 15 times 360 and then dividing by 60, 90 degrees for comedy, right? So let me draw 90 degrees. So 90 is just a straight line. From here, you can draw 90. Yes, so this portion is representing comedy. Okay, now let me do for drama. For drama, again 9 is the frequency, dividing by total and then times by 360 degree. So 9 times 360 and dividing by 60, this is 54 degrees. Now we need to find the angle 54 for the drama. By using a protractor, we can measure 54. So we have 50 and this is 55 and this point is 54. So this portion is for drama. So the last one is left, that is horror. So for horror, again the frequency is 12, the total number of people are 60 and the complete pie chart is 360. 12 times 360 and then dividing by 60, this is 72 degrees. So the remaining portion, this is 72 and that is representing the horror. Now for the second part, one of the 60 people is chosen at random. Find the probability that this person preferred drama or horror movies. Okay, so the total are 60. Now for drama or horror movie, we need to find the probability. Okay, so the frequency for drama and horror is 9 and 12. Okay, so for drama, it's 9 out of 60. Or means plus, horror is 12 out of 60. So we can do 12 plus 9 is 21 out of 60 is a probability. Now for the third part, 2 of the 60 people are chosen at random. Calculate the probability that they both preferred comedy movies. Both preferred comedy movies. So first we need to find the frequency. Frequency for comedy movie is 15. Okay, if the first person preferred comedy, the total frequency is 15 and out of 60 times if another person preferred comedy. Now 14 of comedy people would be left, and the total left would be 59, right? Okay, now 15 times 14 is 210 over 60 times 59. This is 3,540. 3540. Question number 3, in A part, we need to solve this equation and get the value for x. So that's pretty easy. So we need to multiply 3 with x is 3x plus 3 times 10 is 30. This is equals to 12 minus 7x. Let me shift the x terms to the left. So we have 3x is already on the left side. Shifting this minus 7, this would be plus 7x, and this is equals to 12, and shifting 30 would be minus 30. So 3 plus 7 is 10x, and from 30 take away 12, this is equals to negative of 18, and x would be equals to minus 18 over 10, and this is equals to 1.8 with a negative sign. Right, now for the B part, so all the simultaneous equations show you working. So it is a system of linear equations. We can solve it by method of substitution or elimination. So here I would like to use method of elimination. So from this equation I can solve y, that is 9 minus 6x, and I can substitute that y value into the first equation, 4x minus 3 times 9 minus 6x is equals to 28. I just substituted the y value that I got from the second equation. Let me solve for x. So 4x minus 3 times 9 is 27, and negative times negative is positive. 3 times 6 is 18x, that is equals to 24. 4 plus 18 is 22x, and 24 plus 27. Right, so 24 plus 27 is 51. Sorry, it's 28. This is 28 because it's 28. So 28 plus 27 is 55. So x is equals to 55 divides 22. Right, so 55 divides 22 is 2.5. So we got the x value, that is 2.5. Now we can substitute that x value into this equation and solving for y. So from here y is equals to 9 minus 6 times 2.5. So we have minus 6 times 2.5 and then adding 9. So the y is negative of 6. Now for the C part, we need to simplify this expression. So as you can see, the numerator and the denominator both is a quadratic expression. We can factorize it. So the numerator is simple. Taking v common, we are left with v minus 8. But for the denominator, we can break the midterm. It's a quadratic expression. We can factorize it. So 2 times of negative 24. This is equals to negative of 48. Now we need to find the factors of 48 to make negative of 13. If I can do with 3 times table, 3 times of 16 is 48, yes. If I can do 3 times negative of 16 is negative 48, and 3 minus 16 is minus of 13, right? So let me break that midterm. So we have 2v square plus 3v minus 16v and minus 24. So we have v into v minus 8. And let me take v common. We are left with 2v plus 3. And from these two terms, if I can take negative 8 common, because 8 times 2 is 16v and 8 times 3 is 24. So positive of 3. So we have factors v into v minus 8 over 2v plus 3 into v minus 8. Let me cancel the like factors, that is v minus 8 and v minus 8. So the simplified answer is v over 2v plus 3. Question number 4, in A part, we have given a universal set. X is an integer between 1 to 18. All the numbers that are between 1 to 18. X is a prime number. So we need to find the prime numbers between 1 to 18. So we have 2 is a prime number, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is a prime, 12, 13 is prime, 14, 15, 16, 17 is prime, and 18 is not prime. So these are the prime numbers and the set B is given. In the first part, complete the Venn diagram to illustrate this information. So we just need to complete the Venn diagram. So as you can see, A intersection B is already done. B is done. We need to do the A. So 2 and 3 is done. Now let me write down the rest. 5, 7, 11, 13, 17. Okay, now what else is outside? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is outside. 9, 10. Yes, 10 is also 10. 11, 12, 13, 14 is also not here. 14, 15, 16 is also not here. 17 and then 18. Yes. Now for the second part, complete the description of set B in X is a factor of. Okay, so set B is a factor of what number? So whenever we need to find the factor of some number, we need to find the LCM for set B. Okay, so first we need to write down the prime factorization of each and every element of set B. So the set B first element is 1. Its prime factorization is 1. 2 is a prime number, it's just 2. 3 is a prime number, it is 3. 4, the prime factorization of 4 is 2 times 2. That is 2 square. For 6, we have 2 times 3. And for 9, we have 3 times 3 is 9. And it's 3 square. 12 is 2 times 2 times 3 is 12. That is 2 square times 3. And 18, the prime factorization of 18 is 2 times 3 is 6. And 6 times 3 is 18. So 2 times 3 square. So let me write down the LCM of all these numbers to get the factor of what number. So the LCM is a least common multiple. So the highest power of 2 is square and the highest power of 3 is also square. So we have 2 square is 4 and 3 square is 9. So 4 times 9 is 36. So the set B is a factor of 36. Now in the third part, we need to find the number of A union B. So first we need to figure out what is A union B, and then we need to find the number of A union B. Okay, so A union B are all the numbers that comes in A and B. So A union B is basically equals to, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From here we have 6, we have 7, no 8, 9, not 10, 11, 12, 13, not 14, we have 17 and 18. Yes, so how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So the total number is 13. That comes in A union B. Okay. Now for the fourth part, list the elements of A complement intersection with B. So first we need to find what is A complement. So A complement is basically a number that are not in the set A. So A complement would be, we can cancel, we have 1, now 2, 3, we have 4, 5, and then we have 6, 7 is here. So 8, 9, 10, you have 11, and then we have 12, 13 is here. Now 14, 15, 14, 15, 16, and 18. So this is A complement and its intersection with B. So let me find its intersection with B, and we need to list their elements. So A complement intersection B, this is A complement and this is a set B. So what are the common numbers? 1 is common in both. 2, 3, then 4 is common, 6 is common, 4, 6, and 9, yes, 9, and 12, and 18. 9, 12, and 18. So these are the elements of A complement intersection with B. Now for the B part, find the lowest common multiple, LCM of 140 and 770. Okay, so for LCM, we need to write down the prime factorization of both numbers. So let me start with 140. So 140 is going to divide with 2. 2 times 7 is 14 and 0. 2 times 3 is 6 and 2 times 5 is 10. And then 5 times table, 5 times 7 is 35, and then 7 times 1 is 7. And let me find the prime factorization of the other number 770. That is 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 8 is 16, and 2 times 5 is 10. And then it goes to 5 times table. 5 times 7 is 35, 36, 37, 38. Again 5 times 7 is 35. And then 7 times 11 is 77, and then 11 times 1 is 11. Right? Okay, now the prime factorization for 140 is 2 times 2 times 5 times 7. So 2 square times 5 times 7. And for 770, we have 2, 5, 7, and 11. Okay, now for LCM, we need to pick the highest power for 2. So the highest power of 2 is square, and then 5, 7, and 11. 5 times 7 times 11. Okay, so 2 square is 4. So we have 4 times 5 times 7 times 11. So the LCM for both number is 1540. Now for the C part, a rectangular field measures 450 meters by 306 meters. The whole field is divided into identical square plots with no land remaining. Okay, identical square plots. Find the largest possible side length for the square. So the largest, it means we need to find highest common factor of these two numbers. Okay. On same steps, we need to write down the prime factorization of the numbers first. So the first number is 450. That is going to divide with 2 times table. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 2 is 4, and 2 times 5 is 10. And then 3 times table. 3 times 7 is 21, and 3 times 5 is 15. And then again 3 times table. 3 times 2 is 6, and 3 times 5 is 15. And then 5 times table. 5 times 5 is 25, and 5 times 1 is 5. Right? Let me do for the second number, that is 306. So we have 306. So it is going to divide with 2. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 3 is 6. And then 3 times table. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 1 is 3. And again 3 times table. 3 times 1 is 3. And then 21, 3 times 7 is 21. And then 17 times table. 17 times 1 is 17. Right? Okay, so the prime factorization for 450 is 2 times 3 times 3 times 5 times 5. And for 306 is 2 times 3 times 3 times 17. Okay, now for HCF, we need to pick the highest common factor. So as you can see, 2 is a common factor in both. This 3 is common and this 3 is common, and these are the uncommon factors. So we can say this is 2 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 times 2 is 18 meters. So the largest possible side length for each square is 18 meters. Question number 5 in A part. OAB is a sector of a circle, center at O, and radius is 11 centimeter. AOB is 134 degrees. In the first part, calculate the length of the arc AB. This length of an arc we need to find. So we need to use the formula for the length of an arc is basically equals to theta over 360 times 2 pi r. So that's the formula for the arc length. So theta is 134 divides 360 and times by 2 pi, and the radius is 11. So let me simplify it now. So 134 divides 360 and then times by 2 times 3.14 times 11. So 25.71 centimeter. This is the length of an arc AB. Now for the second part, calculate the shortest distance from O to the line AB. So O to the line AB, let me draw the shortest distance. So this is the perpendicular distance basically. O to the line AB, so it is perpendicular. So 134 is dividing into two sections. So 134 divides 2, this is 67. So each angle is 67. This is 67 degrees and this angle is 67 degrees. So we need to find the shortest distance. This is the shortest distance. This straight line is the shortest distance. Let me say it D. Right? Okay. So we can use the SOHCAHTOA to find this D, because it is a right angle triangle. We know the angle and we know the hypotenuse. Right? So if I can draw it separately over here, you can use any triangle. If I use this one, this angle is 67, this is 11, and we need to find this D, that is the shortest distance. So which trigonometric ratio we need to find? This angle is opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse. So we need to use cosine. Cos 67 degree is adjacent over hypotenuse, D over 11. So the shortest distance D is 11 times cos 67. So cos 67 times 11 is 4.298, or we can say 4.3 centimeters. For part B, we have given the formulas for the volume of a cone and the curved surface area of the cone. A cone has a height of 9.5 centimeter and the volume is 115 centimeter cube. In the first part, show that the radius of the base of the cone, so the base of the cone from this point to this is a radius, is 3.4 centimeter, correct to 1 decimal place. Okay, so as we have given the information about the volume, so we can use the formula for the volume and find out the radius. So volume of a cone is 1/3 pi r square h. So the volume is 115. This is 1/3 pi. The radius we need to find, and the height is 9.5. Okay. So let me simplify this side first. So 3 times 115, 3 times 115 is 345. And then divide by, 3 times 115 is 345, and we have pi times 9.5. This is equals to r by taking its square root. Right? 3.14 times 9.5 is this much, and 345 divide with that number and doing a square root, we have 3.4008 is the radius. So the 3.4 centimeters, correct to 1 decimal place is 3.4. centimeter. So it is true. Now for the second part, calculate the curved surface area of the cone. So the curved surface area of a cone is given to us, that is pi r L. So radius we got in the first part, that is 3.4 centimeter. So L is basically the slant height. So if I can draw the straight line, and this is a right angle triangle, so this is 9.5, this is a radius 3.4, we need to find this L. Since it is a right angle triangle, we can find L by using Pythagoras theorem. So hypotenuse square is basically equals to 9.5 square plus 3.4 square, and to find L we need to do the square root of these two. 9.5 square and then adding 3.4 square, and then the square root we have 10.09, so L is 10.1 centimeter is the slant height. Okay, now using the formula for the curved surface area of a cone, pi r L, let me do the second part. So the curved surface area of a cone is, pi r L. Pi is 3.14, radius is 3.4, and slant height we got is 10.1. Right? So let me multiply slant height with 3.4 and 3.14. So it is 10.107.72, or we can say 108 centimeter cube. Number 6 in A part, complete the table for the function. So we need to find the y value when x is -1 and when x is 7. So let me do it step by step. So y is equals to, let me solve for -1 first. -1 squared divides 2 minus 3 times -1 plus 2. So this is 1 by 2 and plus 3 and then plus 2. So we have 3 plus 2 is 5, and then plus 1 by 2 is 11 by 2, that is 5.5. Okay. Now let me solve for the second value when x is equals to 7. So y is equals to 7 square divides 2 minus 3 times 7 and then plus 2. Okay, so we have 49 divides 2, 3 times 7 is minus 21 and plus 2. So minus 21 plus 2 is minus 19. So 49 divides 2 and minus 19 is 5.5 again. Okay. Now for the B part, draw the graph of the function for x is between -1 to 7. Okay. So when the x value is -1, the y value is 5.5. So let me find where is 5.5. For -1, so x is -1 over here and the y is 5.5. Here it is 4. We have 5 and then 2, 4 and then 5.5, this point. Now for the second point, when x is 0, y is 2. For x equals to 0, the y value is 2, this point. For the third point, when x is 2, y is -2. X equals to 2, and sorry, I skipped one point. X is 1, y is -0.5. For 1 we have -0.5, this is -1, and -0.5 is basically we have 0, 0.4, 2, 4 and then 0.5 here. This point is 0.5 with the negative sign. Now for 2 it's -2. 2 it's -2 downward. For 3 -2.5. 3 -2, 2.2, 2.4 and 2.5. And for 4 it's -2. Again 4 it's -2. For 5 it is -0.5. For 5 it is again -0.5, this point. For 6 it's 2. when x is 6, y is 2, and the last point for 7 it is 5.5. Okay, so for 7 we have 4, 5, and 5.2, 4, and 5.5. Yes. So let me connect all the points to get a smooth curve, and make sure your curve passes through each and every point. So this is the parabola. Now for part C, by drawing a tangent, estimate the gradient of a curve at x is equals to 1.5. So at x is equals to 1.5, we need to draw the tangent first. Where is x equals to 1.5? This is 1.5. So we need to draw the tangent. This is x equals to 1.5. So if I can draw the tangent, so this line is a tangent at x is equals to 1.5, and we need to find out the gradient at that point. So basically we need to find the 2 points on that tangent. So let me take the 2 points on the curve. So if I can take this point and this point and making a triangle connecting the points, this and yes. Now let me find out the gradient. So this point is 0.2, and we have 2, 4, 6, 8. We have negative 0.8. So what is the difference between the terms? So negative 0.8 and negative 0.2. This is negative 3. So this is negative 3. And let me find this difference. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8. 2.8 subtract this point is 0.6. 0.6. So this is 2.2. So for gradient, we can say change in y over change in x. That is the formula for the gradient. Gradient is change in y over change in x. So for y it is negative 3, and for x it is 2.2. So if I can say negative 3 divides 2.2, this is equals to negative 1.36, or we can say, sorry, you can see minus 3 divides 2.2 is minus 1.36, or minus 1.4 is the gradient. Now for part D, complete these inequalities to describe the range of values for x when y is greater than equals to 0. So we need to find the x values when the graph is positive. So going back to the grid, and as you can see, the y is greater than equals to 0. It means it is above this portion. So at what values of x it is greater than equals to 0? At these values of x and these values of x, it is greater than equals to 0. So from this point and from this point, right? So let me pick the x values. So as we can see, this point is 5, 5.1, 5.2, 5.3. So this is 5.3. The x values that are more than 5.3, and this is 0, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, and 0.8. So the values of x that are lower than 0.8, the graph is positive. So less than 0.8 and more than 5.3. So we can say x is less than 0.8 and more than 5.3. The graph is positive. Now for E part, in the first on the same grid, draw the line. So this is a linear equation. So we can draw this by, if I can use the x and y intercept method. When x is equals to 0, we can find 4y equals to 12, and y is equals to 4 times 3 is 12. So the point is 0, 3. And when y equals to 0, we have 3x is equals to 12 and x is equals to 4, because 3 times 4 is 12. So we have 4, 0. Now we have 2 points, 4, 0 and 0, 3. And by using these points, we can easily draw the line on the same grid. So the x-intercept is 4 and the y-intercept is 3. Yes. So x-intercept is 4 over here and the y-intercept is 3 over here. Yes. Let me connect these 2 points. We will get the line. Yes. The x-coordinates of the points of intersection of this line and the curve are the solution of the equation. This equation, find the value of a and the value of b. Okay, point of intersection for the line and the curve. So the line we have given in this part is 4y plus 3x equals to 12. This is a line, we can say this is equation 1, and the curve we have given in the first part. The curve is y equals to x squared by 2 minus 3x plus 2. So the curve we have is y equals to x squared divides 2 and minus 3x and plus 2. This is my second equation. So from second equation, we have the y value. Just substitute that y value into the first equation and solve for x first. So make that, sorry, not solving for x, we have to make that quadratic equation. So 4 times y, that is x squared by 2 minus 3x plus 2 and plus 3x equals to 12. So 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, it's 2x squared. 4 times 3 minus 12x, 4 times 2 is plus 8 plus 3x, and minus 12 equals to 0. I shift the 12 as well. Okay, now we need to combine the like terms. So we have 2x squared and the other x terms are 12 and 3. So we have negative 12 and positive 3 is negative 9x, and the constant terms are 8 minus 12. 8 minus 12 is negative 4 equals to 0. So if I compare this equation with this one, that is 2x squared plus ax plus b is equals to 0. So a is a coefficient of x, that is minus 9, and b is a constant term, that is minus 4. So we can say that a is equals to negative of 9 and b is negative of 4. Question number 7. A yard sells the triangular route shown A, B, C. This is a triangular route. The bearing of B from A is 135. The bearing of B from point A is 135. BC is 3.7 kilometer. AC is 2.8 kilometer, and the angle ABC is 42 degree. In the first part, show that the angle CAB, this angle is 62.2 degree, correct to 1 decimal place. Okay, so if I can use the triangle ABC, we need to find angle A. The side A we know, angle B we know, and the side B we know. So here we are going to use law of sine to find the angle A. So law of sine is equals to sine A over side A is equals to sine B over side B, right? So now A would be equals to sine inverse of A by B and sine B. Now let me put the values. So the angle A is equals to sine inverse of side A is the front 3.7 over the side B is 2.8 is side B, and angle B is 42 degrees. Yes. So let me do it. Sine 42 times 3.7 divides 2.8 and doing sine inverse. 62.15 and correct to 2 decimal place 62.2. 62.15 can be changes to 62.2. Right. Now for the B part, find the bearing of A from C. So the bearing of A from point C, it means we need to draw the north line at point C. This is a north line at point C. And let me extend that north line as well. The bearing of A from point C. So from the north line to point A to the line A, we need to find this angle. So this angle is exactly the same as this angle because these two north lines are parallel and their alternate angles are equal, right? Okay, so as we know, the complete angle A is 62.2 we got in this step. That is 62.2 degrees, right? Okay, so how can we find this angle? So if I can use this concept that this straight line is 180, so this 180 straight line is basically equals to this is 180 and this angle is 135 plus, let's say this angle is x. Let me find that x. So x is equals to 180 subtract 135. So 180 subtract 135, that angle is 45. Okay, so this x is 45 and the total angle is 62.2. So the total is 62.2. What is this angle? So we can do 62.2 subtracting 45 degrees. We will get this angle. 62.2 subtract 45. This is 17.2. So that angle is 17.2 and this angle is exactly the same, 17.2. So the bearing of A from point C is 17.2. In part C, the yard cells from A to B to C and to A. Calculate the total length of the route. Okay, so going back to the figure, A to B, B to C, and then C to A. We need to find the total length of the route. So we know AC, we know CB, but we don't know the length of AB. So first we need to find the length of AB. Okay, so how can we find the length of AB? So we know the two sides and we can find the third side by using law of cosine. So if, let me draw this diagram on the next page separately. So this would be easy for us to understand. A, B and C. This is a triangle. Yes. This is A, this is B and this is C. So we need to find AB. We know AC and BC. So AC is 28, 2.8, sorry. BC is 3.7. Okay. Angle A is 62.2. Angle B is 42. Okay. So now we can find the side AB by using law of cosine, but we need angle C to find the side C. So how can we find this angle? By using sum of all angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So we can say angle C is basically equals to 180 subtract 62.2 and subtract 42. We will get the angle C. 180 minus 62.2 minus 42. This is 75.8 degrees at angle C. 75.8. Okay. Now we use the law of cosine. So for law of cosine, we need to find the side C. We can say C square is equals to A square plus B square minus 2AB cos of angle C. So c square is equals to a is 3.7 whole square plus b is 2.8 square minus 2a 3.7 into b 2.8 into cos of angle c is 75.8. Let me solve it. So first we need to do cos of 75.8. Cos 75.8 times 22.8 times 3.7 times minus 2, and then add 2.8 square and then add 3.7 square. We got c square, and for c we need to do its square root. This is 4.05 or 4.1. C is 4.1. This side is 4.1. Okay, now we need to find the total length of a root. So for the total length, it means we need to add all of them from A to B, B to C, and C to A. So we can say total length is a sum of AB, that is 4.1, BC 3.7, and CA, that is 2.8. So the total length is 4.1, 3.7, and 2.8. 10.6 kilometer. Question number 8. OYC is a triangle. OYC. This is a triangle. A is a point on OY. A is a point on OY and B is a point on CY. AB is parallel to OC. So this AB is parallel to OC. AC and OB intersect at X. A to C and O to B intersect at X. Now in the A part, prove that the triangle ABX is similar to the triangle COX. ABX and COX. These two triangles are similar. We need to prove, give a reason for each statement you make. So we can show that the two triangles are similar when all the three angles are equal. Angle, angle, angle. All angles are same. Right? Okay, so by using this angle X, these two are vertically opposite angles. We can make the first statement that AXB and OXC both are same. So the first statement is AXB is equals to OXC. These are the vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles are equal. This is the first statement. Now for the second statement, as we know that these two lines are parallel, so their alternate angles must be equal. So this angle and this angle are alternate and these two are same. So the second statement we can say ABX is equals to XOC, right? So ABX is equals to XOC. These are alternate angles, because these two AB and OC, these two are parallel lines and the alternate angles are equal. Okay, now let me make the third statement. Again, for the third statement, the third angle A and this angle C is same, because again these two are the straight line, so these two are the alternate angles. BAX is equals to OCX, alternate angles. So we can say that by angle, angle, angle postulate, triangle ABX is similar to triangle COX. Now for part B, OA is 3A. O to A. This is equals to 3A. OC is O to C is 6C, and CB ratio CY BY is 1:2. Okay, so CB, and this CB is 1 out of 3, and this is 2 out of 3, and the total is 3. 1/3 of CY, and this is 2/3 of CY, because total is CY. Okay, now find as simply as possible in terms of A and or C. The first part is AB. Okay, so AB, we need to find A to B. This is AB. So we can find AB by using the concept of similar triangles. So if I can draw the two triangles over here, this smaller one and this bigger one, right? So let me draw them. The bigger one, this is a bigger one. This is OCY. O, C, and Y. Now let me find the smaller one, that is ABY. A, B, and Y. So as you can see in the figure, this is ABY and OCY, right? Okay, now we need to find AB by using the concept of similar triangle. So A to B is this length, AB. So AB and OC, okay, A to OC is given, that is 6C. OC is 6C. And what else we have given? And we have given that this total length is 3. C to Y is the total length is equals to 3CY. CY, the total length is 3. And what is the length of BY? BY is the ratio in a ratio of 2. So this is the ratio of 2. Okay, so now it's easy to solve it. So AB ratio OC, that is 6C. This is equals, this ratio, this would be equal to 2/3. 2/3. Right. Now AB is 6C times 2/3. So AB is equals to 2/3 times 6C. 3 times 2 is 6, and 2 times 2 is 4. So it is 4C. Now for second part, we need to find CY. Where is CY? So as you can see in the figure, we have CY follows a path of C to O, O to Y, right? So let me write down CY is equals to CO and OY. CO, we have already know the C to O is negative of 6C, because OC is 6C, so CO is minus 6C. Minus 6C plus OY. OY has OA and AY. OA plus AY. So we know the OA, that is 3A minus 6C plus 3A, and then plus AY. How can we find the value for AY? So we have this AY. So as we know that BY is in the ratio of 2, so AY is also in the ratio of 2. So we have 2 times of 3A, that is equals to 6A. So 3A plus 6A is 9A, and minus 6C is CY. Now for the third part, C, find in its simplest form the ratio in the first OX and ratio XB. OX and XB. OX and the ratio of XB. So as we know that AB is 4C, from the B part 1 we got 4C. So if we use a concept of the similar triangles, these two, OX ratio XB, if I can draw, make it OX over XB, this is equals to For this triangle, I'm using OX, and for this XB, we can take OC and AB. So this is equals to OC over AB. OC is 6C and AB is 4C. So we can write down 6C over 4C. We can cancel the C. 2 times 2 is 4 and 2 times 3 is 6. So these two are in the ratio of 3/2. So 3:2. Okay. Now for the second part, the area of a triangle COX and ratio area of a triangle ABX. COX and ABX. COX, ABX. These two triangles, we need to find the area. So this side is OX, that we got 3, and this side we got 2. So for area, we need to use a side length. So for this triangle, the side is 3, and for this triangle, the side is 2. So the side ratios we need to use. This triangle, the side is 3, and this triangle, the side is 2. For area, we need to do it square. So it is 9:4. Now for the third part, area of a triangle AYB, ratio area of a trapezium OABC. Okay, AYB. So we have a triangle AYB and this trapezium. So area of this triangle is again we need to work on the side length for this triangle. So this triangle, the side ratios we need to use. So its side is 2 because by we have given the ratio of 2. So for this triangle, the side is 2. So we can do 2 square for area. I hope you can see it now. So for area, I'm using 2 square, and ratio area of a trapezium OABC. So area of a trapezium is, as you can see, this OABC, this is a trapezium. So this area is basically equals to the area of the bigger triangle OCY and subtracting this triangle. So for OCY, what is the side length ratio? This CY, the total length is 3. So we can say the triangle length is 3, subtracting the smaller is 2. Right? Let me explain one more time. So for the bigger triangle, the side length CY we have given is in the ratio of 3, and for smaller triangle BY we have given in the ratio of 2. So that is why I'm doing 3 square minus 2 square. So 2 square is 4, and we have 9 minus 4. So it is in the ratio of 4:5. Question number 9 in A part. On Monday, Ravi goes on a 20-kilometer run. So the total distance is 20 kilometer. In the first part, his average speed for the first 12 kilometer is x kilometer per hour. Write down an expression in terms of x for the time taken for the first 12 kilometer. Give your answer in minutes. Okay, so the time is distance over speed. Distance is 12 kilometer and the speed is x kilometer per hour. We can cancel the kilometers and we are left with 12 over x hours. Now we need to convert this hours into minutes because we need to find our answers in terms of minutes by multiplying it by 60. We can convert it into minutes. So it is 12 over x times 60 minutes. Now for the second part, his average speed for the final 8 kilometer of the run is 1.5 kilometer per hour, slower than the first 12 kilometer. Write an expression in terms of x for the time taken for the final 8 kilometers of the run and give your answer in minutes. Again, the time taken is distance over speed. The distance this time is 8 kilometer. And the speed is 1.5 kilometer per hour slower. So it is x minus 1.5 because for 20, for first 12, it is x and it is slower than 1.5. So this much is in terms of hours. So we can convert this hours into minutes by multiplying by 60. So we have 8 times 60 over x minus 1.5 minutes is the time taken. Now for the third part, Ravi takes 1 10 minutes to complete the full 20 kilometers. Form an equation in x and show that it simplifies to this. Okay, so for the total distance, for the first part we got for 12 kilometer, and for the second part 8 kilometer, it's sum. We can make it sum and put it equals to 110 minutes. Okay, so we have if I can write down, the first is 12 times 60 over x plus 8 times 60 over x minus 1.5. This is equals to 110. Right, let me simplify this equation now. So 12 times 60 is 720. 720 over x plus 8 times 60 is 480. 480 over x minus 1.5 is equals to 110. Right, now let me take an LCM. That is x into x minus 1.5. So we can cross multiplying 720 times x minus 1.5 plus 480 times x, and then dividing by x into x minus 1.5, and this is equals to 110. Right, let me further simplify it. So 720 times x is 720 x. 720 times minus 1.5 is minus 1080. 1080 plus 480 x, and this is equals to x times x is x square and times by this, so 110 x square. X times 1.5 times by this, so 110 times minus 1.5 is minus 165x. Okay, now let me combine, shifting all the terms to the left side. Okay, let's keep it to the right because x square term is positive over here. So we have 0 equals to 110 x square minus 165x, shifting all the terms on the right, minus 720x minus 480x plus 1080. So 0 equals to 110 x square. Let me solve the x terms. Minus 165 minus 720 and minus 480. This is minus 1365 x 1080. Okay, so we need to make this equation equals to this. How can we make it equals to this? So we need to divide the equation by 5. Dividing by 5. So 110 divides 5 gives you 22, right? So we have 22x square, and then 1365 divides 5 is 273. So minus 273x, and the constant term is 108. 1080 divides 5 is 216 equals to 0. So as you can see, this equation, we simplified it equals to this one. In the fourth part, solve the equation, show your working and give each answer correct to 2 decimal place. So it's a quadratic equation that we got in the third part. We can solve it by using a quadratic formula. So we have a, b and c. So x is equals to negative of b, that is 273, plus minus square root b square, that is minus 273 square, minus 4, a value is 22, into c is 216. Its square root, and it is going to divide with 2 times of a, 2 times of 22. Okay, so let me simplify it. We have negative 4 times 22 times 216, that is this number. So x is equals to 273 plus minus square root. Okay, so for the second term we got 19,008 with the negative sign, and add 273 square is 55521 in a square root 55521 over 44, because 2 times 22 is 44. Now we will get the two x values with a positive square root and with a negative square root. So let me solve. 273 plus square root 55521 divides 44 is 11.559. Corrected to decimal place is 11.56. And with the negative, the next one is 273 minus square root 55521 divide 44 is 0.849. So 0.85 corrected to decimal place. So these are the two x values we got. Now for the B part, on Friday, Ravi ran the whole 20 kilometer at the same average speed that he ran the final 8 kilometer on Monday. Calculate the time Ravi took to run 20 kilometer on Friday. Give your answer in hours and minutes correct to the nearest minutes. Okay, so again we need to find the time, that is equals to distance over speed. Now on Friday his total distance is 20 kilometer and the average speed is exactly the same for 8 kilometer. For 8 kilometer in the first part we have an average speed that is 1.5 kilometers slower than the first one, so it is x minus 1.5, right? So 20 divides x minus 1.5 kilometer per hour, so this is a time in terms of hours, right? Okay, now we need to put the x value over here from this one or this one. So if I put x equals to 0.85 and then subtracting from 1.5, we will get a negative time, and time never be negative. So we need to pick the bigger number, that is 11.6, subtracting 1.5. So we can take 20 over 11.56 subtracting 1.5. So 11.56 subtract 1.5 is 10.06. 20 over 10.06, and this is hours. So let me find the time in terms of hours by dividing it. 20 divides 10.06 is 1.988 hours. 1.988 hours. So this means this time is basically equals to 1 hour and 0.988 minutes. We need to convert these minutes into hours as well by times by 60. So we need to multiply it by 60. So subtracting 1 and then times by 60, we have 59 minutes. So the total time is 1 hour 59 minutes. 10. A is a point -4, -1, B is a point 2, and BC vector is 4, -8. In first part, find the coordinates of midpoint of AB. So for midpoint, we need to use a formula. Midpoint is equals to x1 plus x2 divides 2 and y1 plus y2 divides 2, right? Okay, so midpoint of AB. So this A coordinate is x1 y1, B coordinates are x2 y2. X1 plus x2 -4 plus 2. This is -4 plus 2 divides 2, and y1 and y2 -1 plus 2, -1 plus 2 divides 2. So -4 plus 2 is -2, -2 by 2 is -1, and -1 plus 2 is 1. 1 by 2 is 0.5, or you can keep 1 by 2 as it is. Now for the B part, find the gradient of AB. So gradient is basically slope of AB. We can say gradient or the slope is the same. So the slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, x1, y1, x2, y2. y2 minus y1. So y2 is 2 minus y1 is minus 1. x2 is 2 minus 4. So we have 2 plus 1 over 2 plus 4. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 over 6, that is 1 by 2. Right. Now for the C part, show that BC is perpendicular to AB. So when BC is perpendicular to AB, then the slope of BC must be negative reciprocal of slope of AB. So this is a slope of AB, that is 1 by 2. Let me find the slope of BC. Slope of BC is basically change in y over change in x. So we know the x is 4 and the y is negative 8. So minus 8 by 4. So this is minus 2. So this is minus 2 and this is 1 by 2. So the slope is negative reciprocal. So we can say that the slope of AB is negative reciprocal of slope of BC. So these two are perpendicular. Now for the D part, ABCD is a rectangle. Find the coordinates of point D. Okay, so if I can draw this rectangle by using the information that ABC is perpendicular to AB, because the slopes are perpendicular. So if I can draw this rectangle over here, okay, so this is AB and AB is perpendicular to BC, right? It is 90-degree angle, right? And we know that for a rectangle, the opposite sides are parallel. So BC must be parallel to the side AD, right? And then we have CD, this point. Okay, now we need to find the coordinates of D. Okay, so we know BC, the angle BC is given to us, that is equals to 4 and negative 8 in the first part. So BC is basically equals to OC minus OB, right? And we know BC, we know OB. We can find the coordinates for C by doing BC plus OB is equals to OC. These are the coordinates for C, right? Okay, now by using this same information, we can easily find the coordinates for D, that OD is equals to, if AB is perpendicular to BC, then AB is perpendicular to AD as well. So this is AD, D plus OA, because this B angle, B side we're using, here we are using the side A. Okay, now AD is exactly the same as BC. So BC is BC and OA we know, this is equals to OD. BC is 4 negative 8. This angle, the coordinate A we have given is minus 4 minus 1. So OD is 4, minus 4 is 0. And 8 minus 1 is minus 8 minus 1 is minus 9. So 0 minus 9 are the coordinates for D, right? So from here we can easily find the coordinates for C as well. So because we use the coordinates for C in the next part by using this information, that the coordinates of C, OC is equals to BC is 4 negative 8 and OB is 2 2. So the coordinates for C are 4 plus 2 is 6 and 8 minus 2 is minus 6. So these are the coordinates for C. So this C is 6 minus 6. D is 0 minus 9. The A we have given is minus 4 minus 1 and B is 2 2. This is minus 4 minus 1 and the B is 2 2. Now for E part, calculate the parameter of a rectangle ABCD. We know that the parameter of a rectangle is 2 times length plus width. Okay, So from the D part, we know the rectangle A, B, C, D. We already found all the 4 coordinates. So the length is AB and the width is BC. So let me find the length AB first by using the distance formula and the length BC. Okay, so AB length formula is square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So the length of AB, let me write the coordinates of AB again. A is minus 4, minus 1, and B is 2, 2. x1, y1, x2, y2. X2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So this is equals to square root of 6 square plus 3 square. So 6 square is 36, 3 square is 9, and 36 plus 9 is 45. Let me double check. 36 plus 9, yes, it's 45. So square root of 45 is the length AB. Now let me find the distance between BC. This length is square root of 45. Now let me find for BC. So the B coordinate is 2, 2, and the C is 6 minus 6. Okay, using the formula for the same formula for the length of BC. Square root of x2 minus x1 whole square, 6 minus 2 whole square, plus y2 minus y1 whole square, and square root we have 4 square and negative 8 square. Right, now 4 square is 16 and minus 8 square is 64. 16 plus 64 is 80. 16 plus 64, yes, it's 80. So this is square root of 80. Right, so we have the length and the width. We can substitute that into the parameter formula to get the parameter of a rectangle. So we can say the parameter of a rectangle is 2 times length is square root of 45 plus width is square root of 80. So let me solve it. Square root of 45 plus square root of 80 and times by 2 is 31.30. So this is 31.3 units is the parameter of a rectangle ABCD. So this is the last question of our paper. If you have any queries, you can let me know in the comment section, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Take care.